Alright guys, welcome back, and welcome to day 19 in my vlogs. So today we're gonna jump ahead finally into the story and talk about Christmas. Now, technically this story should start a little bit after my birthday, because that's when I already started thinking it was going to be not just our first Christmas as a couple, but it was going to be our first Christmas all together. Me having met her in February, I was like, it was like I already started thinking that I'm like, okay, I gotta get something cool, because it was the whole, I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't met Chrissy that year, because I had just lost my job and I was just kind of middling through life. I didn't really care for anything really, and so just the fact that she helped me kind of write myself really meant a lot. So I wanted to do something or find something really special, so I knew couldn't have been just something that I just bought, like some expensive thing that I could have bought. I mean, yeah, granted I didn't have a job, but I wanted it to mean something. I wanted it to show, I wanted my present to Chrissy that year be something that she could tell that I put a lot of effort into. So for that whole month, the rest of November and even into December, I was just like trying to figure out the perfect thing to get her. And I remember it took me up to about, I want to say it was 5 days before Christmas. Yeah, like almost about a week before. I had finally been like, maybe I can get a hint of something I can do or get for Chrissy. So I went over to hang out with her at her apartment, and I just kind of hinted it. I was just like, I'm still trying to get like the best thing, trying to figure out the best gift to give you. And that's when she finally admitted. She was like, I'm going home for the holidays. I'm spending it in Georgia. And I'm like, when I heard that, it was kind of like a double-edged sword. On one hand, it sounds weird, but it's like a little bit of a relief, just because of the fact that I was like, okay, now I have a little bit of extra time to get something, because I knew I wanted it to mean something as much as I wanted it to mean to her as much as it meant to me. So I was like, okay, extra time is good. But on the other edge, obviously I wasn't going to be able to spend Christmas with her. And I don't know, I guess it started to get to me a little bit, especially after I left. I was just like, I knew I couldn't spend the entire day with her, because I was obviously going to have to go to Christmas with my family, and obviously I didn't want to be like, oh no, it's fine, I don't want to go. I obviously wanted to spend time with them, but I don't know, it had been brewing in my mind, I think, ever since I started shopping for that gift for her, after my birthday. I think I was at that point, especially like as Christmas got closer, I was at that point where I was just like, you know what, I know that I had been pretty secretive about her, that it was all hush-hush compared, considering like I hadn't told anyone but one person in my family about her. I was getting to that point where I was just like, this might be a good time to come out and introduce my family to her. And I was just like, it didn't have to be on Christmas, but it was like, maybe this is something we can finally do, something that will, show that, that I'm pretty committed to this relationship, that I, definitely intend to stay with her for the long run, which was something, I guess technically I hadn't been thinking about it for a while, but I had started to think about it because, I don't know, it was just me. Like I've said like countless times before, I never had been in a relationship like this. I'd never even really dated a girl before, so I was just like, it was almost 11 months in, since I met her, and I was just like, you know what, maybe it's time. So, just the fact that I wasn't going to be able to do that, sorry I got a little off track there, just the fact that I wasn't going to be able to introduce my family to her and vice versa over the holidays kind of bothered me. I wouldn't say bothered, but it bummed me out a little bit. So, I think she kind of got that because she left the 2 days after that, like a couple of days before Christmas. And I think she saw it in my eyes because, when I was telling her, when we were saying goodbye, I think she could tell that something was bothering me. Because, she asked me, she was like, is there something wrong? And I guess I still really couldn't say, like, the complete truth to her. At least for this instance, I should say. So, I was just like, just the fact that we weren't going to be together on Christmas was what was bothering me. And so, she looked at me and she was just like, why don't we just kill like 2 birds with 1 stone? And that was the day that I think I said it in the other day when I talked about like the ring in my necklace, when I finally, when she was like, why don't we do this? Why don't you let me hang on to your ring? It will count as a placeholder for my Christmas present until I get back. And because I know that it means a lot to you. And she was like, and she could hold on to me and it would be like, a piece of me were going with her. So I was like, okay, let me just, like, I'll get you a chain and you can wear it. And she's like, alright. And like I said in that vlog, that was the last time I wore that ring. When I gave that to her, that's when that's the last I ever wore that. And it would even be till like 2 years later when I got this, like I said. But so yeah, so she left, and it definitely, like I said, kind of made me kind of feel a little bummed out, a little sad, like I said, because we weren't going to be able to be there together. I mean, I know that it definitely sounds corny, but I was already starting to, I think, plan out what I was going to do so I could spend enough time with her on Christmas. I was going to, we were going to do stuff. I had like my whole day planned out, like when I was going to be with my family, when I was going to be with her, and it was like, I had it like perfect to a T. I didn't want to tell her that because, like, obviously I don't want to make her feel guilty, and because I was like, I understood that she wanted to spend time with her family. There was, I mean, coming from a big family, knowing how much my family means to me, even though I was sad about it, even though I was bummed out that she wasn't going to be here for the holidays, I was like, I understood it. I didn't like it, but I understood it. So, I guess Christmas just came and went that year, and yeah. So that's probably all I'm gonna get to today. I think that was, before I say that, let me wrap up a little bit. I think I'd like to say that that was the beginning of something that, I'll get to in the rest of the vlogs. Let's just say this started the crack. This was the first instance, and even though I know it sounds pretty mean, it was the first kind of, I guess, issue that I had that eventually boiled over in the future. I'm not very proud to say that something like this bothered me, but it did. I mean, bothered me to the point that it started to become a breaking point in the relationship, but I mean, it did, I guess, in a sense. But yeah, like I said before, that's all I'm gonna get through today. For those of you that have been watching this from day one, thank you definitely for watching, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up and all that stuff, and until next time, see ya.